You know that feeling when you're hanging out with friends and you turn to them in the middle of a story and say, "I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you," and they say, "No, seriously, tell me." And then you just keep talking for like 20 minutes about everything you're grateful for regarding this person. Yeah, that's actually science. That's not just like an oxytocin dump from a very long hug or anything. Well, maybe it is that too, but that aside, there's actually a scientific reason why expressing gratitude makes you feel so good and makes your relationships with other people feel better. And we're going to get into all of it right now. So let's start off by explaining what gratitude actually is. Because it might seem simple on the surface, but scientists have found that gratitude is a pretty complex emotion. Basically, it's a positive emotion that you feel when you notice something good in your life that you want to acknowledge and savor. This could be something big, like your health or your close relationships. Or it could be something small, like getting a parking spot right in front of the store, or your favorite color sweater at the laundromat. Now, according to research, you can experience gratitude in two ways. You can passively savor those positive feelings when you notice something good in your life, or you can actively express that emotion through behaviors like telling someone else that you're grateful for them or writing down in a journal all the things you appreciate about your life. And both of these methods are great because they both help you build up those neural networks that reward positive emotions. But which one is better? A recent study from 2023 found that actually expressing your gratitude, whether it's to another person or to a higher power, or even just writing it down, can make you feel more grateful than passively appreciating something without saying or writing it out. The researchers pegged this as something called response-induced vividness. Basically, when you have to take the time to think about and articulate what you're grateful for, you naturally end up thinking of more specific examples of the thing you're grateful for. So, if you were just passively reflecting on being grateful for your parents, you might think of them giving you life and raising you well. But if you had to actually write down 5 things you're grateful for about your parents, you might think of more specific instances of them showing love, support, kindness, understanding. And when you really sit down and have to spell out why you're grateful for something, it helps you to savor those specific memories and feelings a lot more. And that extra level of reflection leads to more gratitude. And this makes sense because basically when you think of something you're grateful for, you're reminding yourself that you have something good in your life, which activates your reward systems and makes you feel good. So then what happens is that your brain starts seeking out those rewarding experiences more often, which increases your happiness and your general well-being. So how does this affect our relationships? Well, one of the best parts of gratitude is that it doesn't require the other person to do anything to earn your appreciation. This means you don't have to wait for your friend to send you a text when they're rethinking of you, or for your partner to spontaneously give you a foot rub after a long day. Gratitude is kind of an art of noticing. It's about paying attention to the good things in your relationships and allowing yourself to enjoy them instead of always expecting or demanding something else from your friends, family, or romantic partners. For example, a researcher who studies emotion regulation has said that when her son was little, he would ask her for candy every time she picked him up from daycare. So she started greeting him at the door with gratitude instead. She would say, "It's so good to see you. It's been too long." Or, "I'm so glad you're my son." And over time, he stopped asking her for candy. He was literally wired to ask for candy whenever she came to pick him up. But by changing his mom's emotional response to him coming home, he changed his own reaction to seeing her. And since then, she's made it a point to greet him, her partner, and anyone else she loves with gratitude. And there's science to back up that approach. One study published in 2017 showed that expressing gratitude to your partner can improve your relationship with them in 3 key ways. First, it helps you pay more attention to the good things in your relationship. Second, it helps you savor those positive experiences rather than taking them for granted. And third, it helps you remember those positive experiences long term, all of which can increase your commitment to your relationship and predict how satisfied you'll be with your partner long term. Another study on gratitude in relationships found that expressing gratitude to your partner could predict whether you stayed together in the long run. So, yeah, being grateful can help you stay together. But what if you aren't in a relationship or you can't? Think of any positive experiences to be grateful for. Does gratitude work in those cases? Well, yes, but it's a bit more complicated. For example, some people say that gratitude won't do anything for you if you don't have anything to be grateful for. And others say you shouldn't be grateful for things that are basic necessities, like having enough food to eat. But a 2023 meta-analysis found that expressing gratitude can actually improve your mental health, regardless of your socioeconomic status. The researchers used data from 241 other studies that included over 29,000 participants, and what they found was that no matter what their income levels or how many negative events they experienced, people who expressed gratitude had less anxiety and depression than people who didn't express gratitude. And that's good news. Another study published in the same year found that gratitude can help you reframe negative events in a way that benefits your mental health. In that study, researchers recruited 283 adults and asked them to write about either an event they felt grateful for or an event they felt stressed about. Then, the researchers followed up with them 6 weeks later and found that people who wrote about gratitude reported experiencing fewer negative emotions in the 6 weeks following the study than they did before. In fact, the science of gratitude goes way back. Ancient philosophers like Epicurus and Seneca were talking about how important it is to be aware of and thankful for the good things in your life. More recently, researchers in the early 1980s noticed that people who regularly attended religious services tended to report higher levels of happiness and well-being than people who didn't attend services regularly. So they decided to investigate whether gratitude was the reason why. And their findings, published in 1986, suggested that yes, it was. People who regularly practiced gratitude felt happier and better about their lives overall. Since then, the science of gratitude has grown exponentially. And today, experts say that you can easily incorporate gratitude into your daily life. One of the most popular ways to do this is to keep a gratitude journal. There's even evidence that journaling about gratitude can reduce symptoms of depression. But obviously, you don't need to be keeping a super detailed journal to reap the benefits of gratitude. Researchers say that simply reminding yourself to notice and savor the positive experiences in your life will activate your reward systems and help you feel better. It's as easy as stopping for a moment and really appreciating the warm cup of coffee in your hands, or a delicious bite of your lunch, or a long hug from your partner. Basically, scientists have shown that gratitude can make you feel better, improve your relationships, improve your mental health, and help you cope with stress. So why wouldn't you want to try it out? And hey, while you're at it, maybe share this video with someone who could use it, or just tell them how much you appreciate them. They'll probably appreciate you telling them. Speaking of appreciation, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching this SCI Show video. We really couldn't do what we do here at SCI Show without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you.